self-realization I took on. But the Lord gives that freedom to living entities. And if you want to be independent, okay, I'll give you a place where you can be independent in the material world. Live independently, think you're independent. Actually, we're never independent. Who's giving the air? The Danish government manufactured the air for you. Who's giving the air you're breathing right now? That's God's gift. The water, the food, the government, these are not manufactured in factories. Everything you have is a gift of God, you see. He's taking on, even though you rebelled against Him, I don't want to serve you, I want to imitate you, still He's taking care of you. He's giving you full facility to try to enjoy separately, because you wanted to try to enjoy separately. He's giving you full facility to do that. And it's His kindness. And He's giving you also the information that actually, this isn't really where it's at, this material world. The real place is my abode, and you're welcome to come back at any time. Here's the ticket. Here's the formula how to come back. So it is the answer is His love. In one word, because He loves you, He doesn't force you. He gives you the free will, just to love Him or to leave Him. And He comes personally. Yada yada hi dharmasha glander bhavati bharata. He comes again and again. He reclaims the lost souls, and He sends great spiritual masters like Srila Prabhupada to reclaim us, you see. So we take advantage of Krishna's coming and the great saints. And then now Krishna is incarnated as ISKCON, this International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Take full advantage of this ISKCON center. Any service you do here, any spiritual activities you do here, you get 1,000 times benefit. It's by hearing about Krishna here, it's multiplied 1,000 times. There's great potency here in this room, in this center. There is great spiritual power. So take advantage of this to come back to your original position. Next question. Yeah.
What were your primary doubts and what convinced you?
What was my primary doubts and what convinced me? I got to think about that. My biggest doubt was accepting a spiritual master. You're next in line after I finish answering this one. I was thinking, well, I'll just see George Harrison just come out with My Sweet Lord, right? It was a big number one. I was a singer-songwriter, and George just come out with My Sweet Lord. It was a big hit, number one hit, right? So I was thinking, well, I'll just write songs about Krishna and just follow George Harrison pathway. I don't need a guru. I'll just follow George Harrison's example. I don't need to be an initiated disciple. I'll be a devotee of Krishna in my way. But devotees said, well, Krishna says in the Gita, Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. You have to approach the guru. You have to have a guru. Krishna says. I was thinking, I was defeated, but was I going to do it? No. I was stubborn. No, I'm not going to do that. There's a prayer that devotees say when they enter the temple room. They bow down to Prabhupada. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya. It's a long Sanskrit prayer, 2 prayers actually. So I was doing everything the devotees did. I was living in the ashram to check it out. I was thinking if I live in the ashram for a while, I'd be able to write some better songs about Krishna by living in the ashram. I had my guitar with me to get ready for my new career as a Hare Krishna singer-songwriter. I threw away my mundane songs in the temple garbage can. 300 songs I threw in the trash. I was going to write Krishna conscious songs and follow George to stardom, is the idea. So I was living in the temple so I could write better songs about Krishna, and then doing what the devotees do, you say this long prayer, Nama Om. So I wrote it with my hand with a ballpoint pen, Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhadale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Sarasvati Devi Gauramani Pracharini Nivishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tanine. I had a little space here on the thumb after I wrote it all in my hand. So Vishnu Jan Swami said, oh, very nice. He said, here's something you should add to your thumb. He said, I must please my spiritual master and surrender unto him fully. They were really putting the pressure on me. And I had my big doubts, Yeah, Krishna, but Guru, Krishna yes, but Guru no. Well, one day, actually George had produced, along with the Radha Krishna, the Hare Krishna devotees in London, what's called the Radha Krishna Temple album. And they sent it out to all the radio stations. No one even knew about it yet, but we were out singing and dancing on the streets one day, and somebody from a local radio station walked up to us and said, "Here, you might like this." They handed us the album. They didn't want to play it on the radio, they thought it was too spiritual. And they felt these Hare Krishna guys, they might like this, so they handed it to us. Wow. We didn't even know George had done this, so we went back and we put it on a record player, and wow. We were just in ecstasy. And then there's the second cut was Samsaradava Nalalida Loka Tranaya Karyunya Gana Gana Dvam Praptasya Kalyana Gunaravasya Vande Guru Shri Charanavindam. So the devotees were singing prayers to Prabhupada, the London devotees, and there was so much love. My service was evacuating the rug in the morning, the temple room rug. I was hearing the record, I was hearing it. I was carried away into ecstasy, hearing the love in their voices. I mean, I loved the girl, I loved the dog, I loved my country, I loved this, I loved that. But I never experienced any love like this, the love for the spiritual master. This was something beyond my experience. I was completely amazed. I was tuning in, I was picking up on the vibes, tuning into the mood of the devotees. Now, my nature is, I'm a very envious person, okay? I'm very envious, you see. So when I realized these devotees are tasting something much higher than I am, I was envious. And I was thinking, well, here's exactly the words that went through my brain at that minute. Wouldn't it be beautiful if I gave my life to Prabhupada? And the tears just came. That was it. I wanted to taste the ecstasy those devotees were tasting. I knew, I was on the outside of the honey jar. This is a clean honey jar, but I was licking the outside of the honey jar, not getting any honey. They had their tongues, they had the lid open, their tongues were down in the jar, you see. I was missing that. And being an envious person, I didn't want to miss out on that nectar. So that was it, I was really, okay, I'll become a disciple, because they're tasting a nectar that I'm not tasting. I want that nectar too. You see, I want to experience what they're experiencing. I'm not tasting that nectar. So that was what pushed me over the edge. I doubted the necessity of a spiritual master, but I realized I'm only cheating myself by not taking a break. You see, I'm only cheating myself. I have to accept the spiritual master, because that's how you really connect with Krishna. That's when you're really connected, because Krishna says you're supposed to do that. So you really want to be connected and live on the spiritual plane, you have to accept the spiritual master as your authority. Any other questions? Yes.
Can you explain what is Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan, and what is the function of these?
Yeah, there's three aspects of the absolute truth: Bhagavan, Paramatma, and Brahman. Brahman is the impersonal aspect of the Lord, the all-pervading, the impersonal oneness. Everything is spirit. And one says that the highest understanding of truth is everything is spirit. There's a spiritual unity. That's called Brahman realization. When you understand that spirit is actually manifested as a person, who's within every atom and between every atom, and is seated in your heart. You realize the four-armed form of Vishnu. That's called Paramatma realization. He's within every atom, he's in your heart, he's everywhere. The personality of God in his four-armed form, Paramatma. When you realize there's an original form in the spiritual world with two arms playing the flute and having all kinds of intimate pastimes in the spiritual world, that's called Bhagavan realization. The highest perfection is Bhagavan realization. Paramatma realization and Brahman realizations are partial realizations of the absolute truth. They're also good. So the Prabhupada said, Brahman realization is perfect. Paramatma realization is more perfect, and Bhagavan realization is most perfect. So you can be perfect, more perfect, or most perfect. We teach you here how to become most perfect. Because when you have Bhagavan realization, you automatically realize Paramatma realization and Brahman realization. You get them automatically. When you have $1 million, you automatically have $100,000 and $1,000. Why go for 1,000? We're going to give you $1 million. So automatically you have 1,000 and 10,000, 100,000. We give you Bhagavan realization here, which includes all of the lesser forms of realization within it. Okay, one more question, then we're going to offer the books. Yeah.
Can we understand that also in the Brahman realization, we don't have a relationship or loving relationship?
That's right, there's no loving relationship in Brahman realization. You don't even realize that God is a person. You just realize God is the oneness. It's an impersonal conception. So there's no love in Brahman realization. It's simply denial of matter. Matter is false and spirit is truth. That's Brahman realization. It's dry. It gives some, just like, let's say you're just agitated like anything, so many things agitating your mind. You go into your closet and turn off the light and sit there in the dark. It's a little relief for a few minutes. But your nature is to experience variety. So going into a closet and turning off the lights may relieve you for a few minutes, but it's not going to satisfy you in the long run. So Brahman realization can give some temporary satisfaction. You go to the mountains somewhere and say, I'm going to give up society, I'm getting no more relationships, and just go out and meditate in the forest, chant Om, and just kind of try to merge into the oneness. That's Brahman realization. But to actually achieve it perfectly, it takes millions of lifetimes. It's very difficult to achieve perfect, actual Brahman realization. Or Paramatma realization also. Describing the Brahmas, it may take thousands of millions of years to achieve it. But Bhagavan realization, which is even higher, you can achieve in one lifetime. So why struggle to achieve for thousands of years to achieve a lesser form of self-realization when you can easily achieve the topmost realization now within one lifetime? That's intelligence.
We as
Yeah.
living entities, we want to have the relationships with somebody. So,
Yeah. Our nature is we crave relationships. That's why somebody has no family, they get a dog, or a parakeet, or a goldfish. Everybody wants relationships. So that you never become fully satisfied until you develop that relationship with Krishna. And then when you get Krishna, oh wow, it's just unbelievable. When you actually make that relationship with Krishna, it's so sweet, so nocturnal. And then every person in the whole world becomes part of your relationship with Krishna, because they're all his beloved children. It's an amazing experience when you connect with Krishna. Anything you want?
Yeah, I'm just about this surrender to Guru, being envious.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that as a child, one is naturally very naive and simple, and one easily surrenders to father, mother. But then, as life goes on, one becomes somewhat disappointed. They were not perfect.
Yeah.
So one develops this difficulty to keep on.
Yeah, children were naturally submissive to our parents. A small child naturally is very obedient to his parents. He sees them as authorities.
But then later on,
when you become a teenager, you go through a different mood.
and it seems like you became disappointed.
Unless the parents are actually pure devotees of God, then you remain. Then one will tend to remain loyal to them. But if you see their hypocrisy, and you get older, you realize they're a bunch of hypocrites. They don't walk their talk. They say this, they do something else. You lose your faith. A bona fide spiritual master means someone who is purely following the scriptures, someone who is purely following Krishna. You can put your complete faith in that person. Because everything he does is in accordance with the scriptures. You see? So that's how I was able to put my faith in Prabhupada. Back in the 60s, we had a saying, don't trust anybody over 30. That was the hippie, one of the mottos of our hippie culture. Don't trust anybody over 30. Come mothers and fathers throughout the land, your sons and your daughters are beyond your command. That was one of our anthems, you see. But when I realized who Prabhupada was, and I realized what this movement is, my whole viewpoint changed. Here's someone I can take as an authority, can fully surrender to him, put myself completely under his loving guidance for all eternity. So now we don't have enough time for the books. I can announce the books.
It's okay. You can take 5-10 minutes more.
5 or 10 minutes?
That's fine.
Huh?
It's fine. You can take 5-10
Okay.
minutes more if you like. It's not-
I have some literatures available. Actually, you have it. This one is 200. This is 100. But if you buy it as a package, she'll give you a discount. Special discount today only. You get both of them for, what's that?
250.
250? Yeah, today is special discount only. This today only while I'm here. This is a one-time deal. You get both of them for 250. And you also get, while I'm here, you get, I'll sign them as well. I'll personally sign them. Take you, print out your name or write you. So this is your chance. This is Truth Works. I have an e-course, by the way. You go to joincourse.com. You get on my free e-course, joincourse.com or backtohome.com, either one. You can sign up for my free e-course, and this is the cream of the crop of the questions and answers. I get them from my e-course. And this is also a nice book, Stop Worrying and Start Living. These books will teach you how to become spiritually perfect, and also give you an avenue towards a relationship with me as the author. And you can write me, and I can elaborate further on these teachings for your personal benefit, for your situation. My email addresses are in here, and you're welcome to have a relationship with me and learn from me directly, communicate with me. If you found inspiration from the lecture, you will find the books to be also inspiring and uplifting. So we'll go ahead and stop here. Anybody who wants a book or two, come on up. Y'all come. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Måske
So, Hare Krishna, and thank you to Sankarsana Prabhu for being here with us for this almost 1 week and for giving a very nice lecture today. Would you be available at 6 o'clock for more questions and answers? Sankarsana?
kunne du det?
Yeah, we can, if we have some people come, we can. Where will that be?
Over in the other building. We have a room.
How will they find it? Anyone knows where to go?
We will leave.
Yeah, anybody has any further questions, they'd like to, you can, 6 o'clock, I'll be there.
Yeah. So at 6 o'clock, those of you who want to have further discussions, more questions answered, will be over in the other building. Up at this time, it will be at second floor. The room up at second floor at Kesapriya and Kumagora's room, they offer the room today. So I suggest you take advantage and also pick up a couple of books. It's your chance to do that right now. Otherwise, we'll be ready for Arti at this moment. And would you like to lead Arti?
Someone else can lead, it's okay.
Okay.
Vi skal gå den i King!